Hey, I'm TripleZHacker, and I am back once again with a game I love, Total War Shogun 2. And if you love this glorious game, then subscribe, because you'll love my channel. In this video, I'm going to go over my personal top 5 most underrated units in Shogun 2. A small disclaimer before I begin, this list is based on multiplayer and single player legendary difficulty experience, so keep that in mind. Also, the units on the list are underrated for a reason, so I'm not saying that they're amazing or anything, but that they deserve a bit more recognition because these units have so much potential and should be used more often. With that, let's start with number 5, Katana Cavalry. Katana Cavalry, or Katana Cav, are considered by many as one of, if not the worst Cav unit in the game. They have 900 recruitment cost and 200 upkeep, making them expensive. Their biggest downsides are the lack of speed and a 0 in the bonus versus Cav stat. Yet, Katana Cav are specialist and highly situational. They excel at attacking infantry sword units and defenseless missile units. With an impressive 18 melee attack, 6 melee defense, and 7 armor, Katana Cav can hold their own in prolonged combat. Even against other Cav units, the longer the engagement, the better the Katana Cav get.
Damn it, he's learning as he fights!
Aside from targeting an isolated sword unit, Katana Cav are best sent into the fighting after the initial spear Cav charges one another. Katana Cav also can be dismounted in certain situations. It's not the ideal scenario, as they're just a more expensive Katana Samurai unit with less men, but still it can be helpful to take out weaker spear units or bolster your melee infantry, especially in multiplayer. Although they will never be your main Cav force, they still could have a place in your armies. Number 4, Naginata Samurai. This choice may come as a surprise to some of you. Naginata Samurai usually are not considered a terrible or even one of the lesser quality units, but I feel that they have not been given enough credit for how solid they are as a unit in Shogun 2. In the campaign, no clan gets any bonuses to Naginatas, sadly. Additionally, Ashigaru tend to be way more cost efficient. However, Naginata Samurai are the perfect balance between their Yari and Katana counterparts. With 9 melee attack, 6 melee defense, 10 morale, and 9 armor, Naginatas are absolute tanks on the battlefield, and in my opinion, the best frontline infantry unit for the mid to late campaign. Unless, of course, you're the Oda and you get long Yari Ashigaru who are fucking broken and Supreme Chads. Anyways, Naginatas are the most versatile infantry unit, as they can fight all different types of units. They're good against Cav with an anti-Cav bonus of 10, and can hold their own against other infantry. Their excellent armor makes them very resistant to arrows as well, plus their high morale enables them to fight in melee for quite a long period of time. Despite their lack of specialization, they have little to no major weaknesses as a unit, so I highly recommend you use them as the backbone of your armies. Number 3, Light Cavalry. This unit is one of the most cost-efficient units in the game. Now, light cavalry's stats are not super great. I mean, they're lackluster, but that's misleading. Their best stat is their decent charge bonus of 20, and of course, their speed is exceptional. Light cav are a beast, though, in the early stages of the campaign. Mr. Smart Donkey calls them general killers, as they can swiftly rush down an enemy general's bodyguard and overwhelm them with ease. Also, they can flank to destroy missile units, and hammer and anvil occasionally. Of course, you need to cycle charge with them and not stay in prolonged melee, otherwise they're going to be annihilated. In multiplayer, light cav are a valuable asset. They're useful for their abilities to scout, to become a decoy, and harass your opponent's missile units. Also, they can ambush isolated units and support elite cav units on the flanks. I highly recommend you incorporate this unit into your armies. Number 2, Kisho Ninja. As a special infantry unit, Kisho Ninja have often been relegated to an underrated status. Voland actually made a great video about this unit, and I shall discuss why I think Kisho Ninjas are severely underappreciated. Not only are they one of the most fun units to use, but possibly one of the spiciest in all of Shogun 2. Kisho Ninja have 2 major downsides: their lack of armor and small unit size. Since they're vulnerable to both Cav and bows, they make up for these disadvantages with a variety of abilities, like stealth and blinding grenades, plus a beefy collection of stats. With an insane 15 melee attack, 22 charge bonus, and 11 melee defense, they have the stats almost of a hero unit, and they can definitely hold their own in melee. In terms of tactics, there are a variety at your disposal that are highly situational. With the bombs, you can employ hit-and-run maneuvers, and even surprise your foes on the flanks. With Kisho training, you can even try to general snipe or just surprise isolated units across the entire battlefield. In sieges, Kisho ninjas are the fastest at climbing walls and don't fall to their deaths. For multiplayer, you do unfortunately have to use a retainer for them, but Kisho ninjas can be a nasty surprise for your opponents and cause widespread chaos and disorder. A combination of them with Cav makes for a crazy rush army, or putting them with Naginata Samurai enables them to devastate the front line. If you're able to micro Kisho ninjas effectively, you can implement some creative and deadly tactics, making this unit add immense value to your armies in battle. Number 1. Fire Projecting Mangonels. Obviously kidding. No, they're absolutely terrible. The number 1 spot goes to Bo Ashigaru. I know what you're all thinking, but Triple, these dudes are absolute trash. Even you said so yourself in your multiplayer units tier list video. And you're right, I did. But recently, I've changed my mind about these lowly peasant bowmen. The reason Bo Ashigaru are number 1 on this list is because this unit is used so frequently by all players, and yet we still undervalue how much of an impact they have on campaigns and battles. If you look at their stats, you'll become deceived into thinking they're a dumpster fire. But the value of Bo Ashigaru comes from their increased unit size. Remember, size matters. Unit size matters. And especially for those Chad Ashigaru units. In the early campaign, Bo Ashigaru are absolutely incredible, especially in sieges. As you progress in the campaign, even the upgraded Bo Ashigaru tend to fare well into the mid-game. For multiplayer, Bo Ashigaru are great meat shields. They soak up your opponent's missile damage to defend your elite missile units. Additionally, with a few veteran upgrades, Bo Ashigaru can actually make an impact in multiplayer matches. And again, they're super cheap and cost efficient. Another reason Bo Ashigaru I think are undervalued and underrated as a unit is that they're often overshadowed by their Ashigaru counterparts, such as the Yari Mazing Ashigaru, the Matchlock Ashigaru, and Lone Sword Ashigaru, which tend to dominate in multiplayer. But give them a chance the next time you load into a campaign or battle. Trust me, you'll like Bo Ashigaru. Shogun 2 units are some of the most underappreciated in the entire Total War series in my opinion, and these 5 in particular deserve a bit more love. Thanks for watching this video, you guys, and if you enjoy my channel and want to show your support, be sure to subscribe and join the Discord. Take care.